Hey everyone, let's talk about Reaper Man by Terry Pratchett. This is the 11th novel in the Discworld series and it's part of the Death storyline. In this novel we meet the auditors of the universe and they have decided that Death has gotten too much of a personality and cannot do his job properly anymore, so they give him a 2 weeks notice. And Death does what everybody would do in this situation. He just stops working and goes out to explore the world and becomes a farmhand. Unfortunately, with Death not working, nothing can really die. And the first to discover this is Windlepoons, a wizard, because he's 130 years old, looking forward to die of old age, and because he's a wizard, he has the privilege of being picked up by Death personally. But since Death isn't working, Windlepoons doesn't get picked up after he died. So he returns to his body and says, I don't know what to do. So that's where we are. The wizards are basically trying to help Windle die and stay dead and not come alive again all the time. Whereas Windle discovers that he has a life after death that is much more exciting than the life he had while he was alive. Of course, Windlepoons isn't the only one who doesn't die properly. There's a lot of extra life force floating around the Discworld and it's creating things, which I'm not going to tell you. I really enjoy the stories with Death because I think he has a very dry humor and he's such an interesting character because he doesn't understand a lot of the human emotion things and he's just straightforward, and it's always very enjoyable to see him interact with other humans. Reaper Man deals a lot with life and death and the circle of things and where things go and where things come from and how they influence each other, and I really like this aspect of the novel, how it just looks at where things come from and where they go and what they do to the things that are already there. Okay, rather vague, but giving you more information would spoil the story. Like always, Terry Pratchett tells us in a funny and hilarious way about our world more than he tells us about Discworld. I can recommend this book to anyone who enjoys the Discworld novels, and it's also a nice way to get into the Discworld novels. It's not the first in the Death storyline, but I think you can easily start here. As usual, if you've read the novel, let's talk in comments, and if you haven't started on the Discworld yet, you might want to get into the fun.